Hello. So here we are in ArcGIS. I'm going to show you how to do a join. Join is for when you have one layer that shows the geography, where things are located, and you have another layer that has your actual data that you're interested in. In this case, I'm going to remove this one here real quick. In this case, what we've got is a data layer that shows all the counties in the United States, and we're going to open that up and just take a look at the attribute table so you can see what's in the attribute table. So what we're trying to create is a map that would show how much crime there is in these different counties. And right now we just don't have any information about how much crime there is in each county. Instead, what we've got is the county name, the state name, a code called a FIPS code, which is a Federal Identification Code. It's a 5-digit number. Then we've got the population, and we've got the population per square mile for each county. Now, we do have the crime data, and the crime data we imported as a separate table. So you can open up the table to see what's in there. But there's no geography in here. There's just a whole bunch of code numbers and numbers for how much crime there is for each county. If you scroll over here, you got a lot of different names for different crimes here. And if we go all the way to the very end, we see over here a 5-digit number that is called FIPS. Okay. So when we do a join, what we're going to do is we're going to match this FIPS number, which is a number that identifies the state and the county, with, in the other table, this FIPS number, which also identifies the state and the county. And it's going to add all of those crime numbers onto the end of this table, so that then we will be able to map the crime by the county. Okay, so let's just get started with that. I'm going to close our two tables. And we are going to right-click on the table that we want to add information to. So the information we want is on the crime table. The information we want to add, or the table that we want to add that information to, is the USA counties table. So what we're going to do is we're going to right-click, and we are going to go to Joins and Relates. Okay, Joins and Relates, and click Add a Join. Okay, you might hear my kitty cat a little bit in here, but he sees a squirrel. Okay, so now we have the Add Join tool, and we have a few parameters here in this. The key thing that the computer needs to know is what are the two tables, and what are the fields that a computer is going to compare to match the tables up. Okay, so we're starting out, the layer name or table view, right, is USA counties. So in this case, the first setting is the table that we are adding to. And you can look at these geoprocessing tools. If you're not sure what they mean, move your mouse over this little I, which is information. So this layer or table view to which the join table will be joined. Okay, so this is, we're adding information to this table. And the field we are going to use is the field in that table that has the right information. So the field in that table that has the right information we need is the FIPS code number. You can look here to see if there's a warning sign here. It says the join field, join table 0 is not indexed to improve performance, da, da, da. So we might need to improve our performance, but we're just going to try this out and see if it works here. Okay, so the table that we're getting the information from is the join table, and that is crime_table. That's correct. If you need to, you can scroll through, but right now in this project, I've only got 2 things here, so it's pretty straightforward. But if you need to, you can select which table you need. And then the output join field, okay, the table, the field in the join table that contains the values on which the join will be based. So this is the FIPS column in that second table, and we're telling the computer we want to match this one up here with this one down here, okay? And we're going to see how this works. So once we have it set up the way we want with the matching fields and which tables we're working with, click run and let's see what happens. All right, so add join completed. If you scroll over that, it'll tell you about whether you were successful and any problems that it had in doing that. But the green and the little check mark indicates that you have done it correctly. So what's weird about a join is that this looks just the same. Nothing on the map changed, but that's because when we're doing GIS, it's not really all about the map necessarily. Sometimes what we're trying to do is change the data in the table. So what we need to do to see the results of this is right-click on USA counties and open the attribute table. Click on attribute table. Now it has a lot more data, so it took a lot longer to load. But if you take a look here, suddenly this table has a lot more information. Before, it just had these 6 columns. Now it has a whole new set of columns, including all of our crime data. That is how you do a join. And once you have these fields joined, so the next step would be to change the map